Hello everyone. My name is Olesya Ilenok. I'm an interdisciplinary artist. I want to tell you about my project Wolf or Scroll. And forgive my imperfect English, please. The Wolf or Scroll project is the practice of street art in the digital layer of the city. For the first time, the project was implemented in Vladivostok, Russia. Street art and the city are changing in the digital age. Street artists are changing more traditional techniques in the form of spray and stencil to digital and use AR and mapping in their works. The use of new tools complements the physical work and brings elements of interactivity and gamification. But at the same time, the strengths of street art are lost: anonymity, the unpreparedness of the viewer to meet the message of the artist, and often conceptuality. The city and public space expand their physical boundaries digitally. The city becomes a network where a person is simultaneously in the physical and digital layers. He uses GPS navigation on the phone, communicates in messengers during a trip and transport, scrolls the wall of social networks, and makes posts while moving around the city. Public space is no longer a place, but a time, an action, and where a person's attention is directed. For example, if a person in the park and communicates via video call with friends, the public space for him becomes a program in which the call occurs. Thus, with the updating of technology, street art has not changed its language and did not offer a new practice according to the transformations of the city. After all, now to convey your artistic message to viewer, you can move it into digital public space of the city. This project offers a new practice of street art, preserving its ethical characteristics. The sudden encounter of the viewer with the message, hacking advertising surfaces, the concept and site specificity. This is the feeling of the advertising public space of the Instagram social network with street art, which is tied to the physical layer of the city. The message is a fundamental part of the art project and represents a cross-section of Russian street art. The project consists of 3 stages. At the first stage, I created 20 digital objects. Then I selected these objects for specific places in the city. In the third stage, I placed the objects in the Instagram advertising room and tied them to the selected geotags. To create digital objects, I used algorithms and neural networks. I collected a dataset of 5,000 text images from Russian streets. Then I translated them manually in the text format. I tried to use charCNN and GPT-2 for text generation, but the text for their training was too little. At the time, I tried Markov chains. I used a ready-made library in Gamma and ready-made code from GitHub. Markov chains gave me new semantic patterns. It mixed phrases from the dataset. Out of hundreds of generated phrases, I selected the top of it. Then I walked around the digital city in the Google Earth Maps. I took screenshots from unusual angles for citizens or where I found the aesthetics of the aurora. It could be a view from above or with offset geometry of the building. I inserted text on the selected map screenshot manually in Adobe Photoshop CC. I didn't find a suitable automated solution in this step. I wanted the final object to be a video, and I found an interesting tool for that. The 3D photo painting neural network turns 2D pictures into 3D videos with different effects. These tools enhanced the aesthetics of machine error and digital objects. In the end, I placed my digital objects in the advertising room of Instagram stories. Each post was set up separately. The geographical position of the mark of the post repeated the location of the screenshot of the object. Binding the message to the city markers allows each work to become a site-specific and perceived by the viewer in a certain way due to the context. Message in the public space of the social network in the advertising tape suddenly captures the attention of the persons with only purpose to convey the artistic statement to the user. The viewer cannot recognize the artist's identity. The message remains anonymous, even when he is moving from the advertising message to his account. Thus, a person who walked around Vladivostok could get an artistic message in the street with the place where he visited. Geotags are scattered as widely as possible in the city. Viewing Instagram stories is reminiscent of a meeting of the viewer and an artistic message in the city. In the city, a person may notice it or miss it. In their Instagram, he can stop or flip through. The project was successfully held from 6th of July to 20th of July 2020 in Vladivostok. The coverage of the project is 70,000 people. The number of viewings is 124,000. Now the project Wolf Scroll is preparing for release in St. Petersburg.